Serious business. Yeah, well, I found out you was in help. That could really ruin me. And who we talking? So back in Michelle, happened real. That's us. Gotta post the child civil for black love. This our marriage is still had to go through the stages.
An unpleasant custody dispute seems to be the result of Papoose's commitment to gaining complete custody of their daughter, Remy Nes. The debate between Remy Ma and Papoose appears to go on forever, yet even more absurd things keep happening. As you are aware, Remy and Papoose have never gotten along, and she has even accused him of domestic violence when he cheated on her and had their kid outside of marriage. Unfortunately, things appear to be getting worse. He said that she had abandoned their kid to be raised by him alone and that she had been unfaithful. Are they having an affair, and does Papoose truly want sole custody in his divorce case? Papoose, let's look at this for at least 10 years. Remy. In a sector that is notorious for destroying relationships, Ma and Papoose, one of the hip-hop industry's longest-running spouses, crafted songs that celebrated commitment, perseverance, and unflinching dedication. The duties of the music industry came with 8 years in prison and public condemnation. World while purporting to be united. In particular, Papoose was viewed as a representation of loyalty rather than the notion that hip-hop relationships are unpredictable and fleeting. Their ostensibly impenetrable friendship has recently been ripped apart by scandal. Claims of adultery. Why have we arrived at this stage? Their once wonderful love story has devolved into a bitter public disagreement due to frequent disputes and even allegations of domestic violence. Why did the two people's purported romance turn social media into such a nasty environment? The media, the origin and conclusion of Remy Ma and Papoose's early romance, as well as the startling revelations that have caused fans to reevaluate what they believe to be true, will all be discussed. Let's speak about Remy Ma, the artist. She wasn't simply any. One prominent figure in hip-hop was Miss Annie Up, a female rapper. Remy Smith was raised quickly after being born on May 30, 1980, in the Bronx, New York. She had to periodically look after her younger siblings and witness drug usage in her household. Because of her reputation for tenacity and her innate talent to rhyme, Remy's notoriety in the combat rap scene rapidly expanded. She changed the course of her career when she was discovered and mentored by the late renowned rapper Big Pun. Despite this, Fat Joe continued to teach her and saw her as an essential member of his terror squad. After appearing on the popular song Lean Back Back in 2004, Remy's career took off. Her 2006 CD, There's Something About Remy, based on a true story, reinforced her claim that women could succeed in the male-dominated business with her confident manner and endearing voice. Remy showed off her remarkable storytelling skills and literary flair. To exacerbate the situation, Remy shot Makita Barnes-Joseph in 2007 just as she was about to dominate the music business because she thought she had stolen $3,000 from her. Sent her to 8 years in prison, abruptly terminating her successful career. Although most people thought her career and romance were ended, one guy stood by her side. Shamil Mackey, also known as Papoose, was a Brooklyn rapper who became well-known in the underground rap scene. His birthday is March 5, 1978. Although he was not highly recognized, Papoose was well-renowned for his talent to create rhymes, which was included on a number of mixtapes. Most notable was his steadfast devotion to Remy. They connected immediately when Papoose, Remy, and Ma first met in the early 2000s. The foundation of their collaboration was their shared love of hip-hop and progressive ideals. Papoose was inspired to make a major commitment when Remy was sentenced to jail in 2008 because he respected her fortitude, tenacity, and determination. While they were in detention, however, they had plans to get married that year. Papoose continued to be devoted to her despite this setback, visiting her often and advocating for her release for years. Papoose stayed by his side for years after the wedding was called off because of claims that Remy tried to break out with a skeleton key in a field where men usually quit when issues arise. Since a few of the couples on the show had experienced traumatic breakups, Remy was present to welcome her upon her eventual release in 2014. They accepted their new life, got married, and started making appearances on Love and Hip Hop New York as soon as they were told to stop, which helped them become well-known very fast. Inappropriate sexual conduct and humiliation in public. Fans commended Papoose and Remy for their unwavering support of Remy and for being a devoted and loving relationship. They frequently highlighted their love story as a shining example of Black love, and the birth of their daughter Remy felt like the end of it. Although Mackenzie, the golden child, seemed perfect in 2018, there were problems behind the scenes. Despite their frequent sightings together, Remy Ma was charged in 2023 with adultery on Papoose with battle rapper Easy of the Block Captain. Together, they began to lose notoriety following a public rap altercation between Easy of the Block Captain and rapper Guy Chatty. They were thought to be a formidable squad.
I found out you was in the help that couldn't ruin your enemies. Who we talking? The bargain was Shayna, Captain Real. That's us. God a posted child symbol for black love. That John marriage and still had to go through them stages. Every interview, he's showing admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. And said I held you down in prison for 6 years. That's
You guys really want anything bad to happen to me. So naturally, it's the same rude males and girls, Izzy added, remaining calm as she denied the affair and blamed the criticism on the BMS supporters. Later rumors stated that Papoose had assaulted Izzy backstage over the purported event, but Remy's uneasy laughter disregarded it. Before any of you females begin to speak, you should clarify this. He further emphasized in a subsequent tweet, "As the person I am, I understand, so I'm not angry about rumors or false stories. But when I see people like Cappy," which was a potential, he finally persuaded Papoose to come out and explain the matter by asking, "Real men do real things, right, Papoose? Yo. Now that we've gone through something awful, I award everyone we're not friends with 2S. Don't spread these tales. Bull, I want to have an affair with someone else's wife. It is not true that you will stand up for you." The proper answer from Remy, who at first denied that Papoose had challenged Izzy, was, "I would like to apologize to everyone who was disappointed tonight because we couldn't get 3 or 4 rounds from all the opponents I tried. Come on, everyone. Be honest, Papoose and Izzy." Chrome has a unique quality. August has not left. The relationship between Remy and Papoose had utterly collapsed and deteriorated by 2024, so they couldn't act as though things had suddenly improved. By adding "Papoose, you dummy," Remy went on to reveal that Papoose had threatened to make her intimate images and videos public, and that he was not as faithful as he had said. Additionally, Remy published reported text exchanges between the two that implied Papoose had cheated on international boxing champion Clarissa Shirley. "Greetings, Miss Chills. As you suggested, I snapped a group photo of them before he did. Talk about in addition to trying to get me jailed, he was preparing to destroy me with one of his girlfriends. The same lady who may have exposed you using my position. She had been faithful to him for 17 years. I received all of your messages and the women's selections. During my absence, he would hold me down and pose as the creator of my poetry. Just think about how it would have been him if it had been him. Additionally, he threatened to reveal any private information about me, which she refuted. She assured him that she had never cheated on him and had been true throughout. They miss Shields," she wrote. "Like a woman who only had one marriage, I'm a wonderful lady who only has one lover. Because of this, I find it incomprehensible that my workplace won't allow me to retain the bag. I'm not your desired adversary, and I'm truly happy, so please stop making fun of me. You will never get anything from him since he believes he is the prize." He looked at it. "This is making your partner feel irritated. Even if you admitted that you felt foolish, you still come across as foolish." Papoose said he was the real liar and that Remy had been trying to break up with him for years. "Remy is a narcissist who has cheated on him several times," he bemoaned. "She is playing the infidelity claim now that she has at last moved on." He had the impression that she had been dictating how the public perceived their relationship. Even though she repeatedly requested a divorce and raved about the cloud chase on social media, she handled the situation like an adult. "Instead of engaging in the drivel on social media, I would rather my 6-year-old child go to school. You see, I kept my job through it all. Therefore, I will never have anyone put in jail again. You lied to the police about what happened in front of them. It's pitiful and self-serving to fabricate text messages that you say date back more than 10 years in order to set up a narrative and defend infidelity." Next came the most serious charge, which Remy said. According to other sources, she was beaten by Papoose during an argument, which led to the police being summoned to their residence. "You didn't know that workers had called the police to tell you to stop touching me and that the garage pool was never fully restored," she stated. Papoose made the decision to come out and admit, for the first time, that Remy had been true to E on the block, even if the audio and video still don't match. Even though the captain knew that he was friends with E, he thought that she was putting their affair ahead of their 6-year-old daughter by spending Christmas with ES and leaving their daughter Papoose behind. I was praised for easily defeating the block captain when Remy was with me throughout my child's Christmas holiday. I told her that once I moved on, she began acting oddly and made up lies so we could file for divorce as adults. This idiot would never lie and claim that I didn't knock her unconscious. It doesn't matter if she kept texting me false information about the knockout because he didn't even strike back. In order for everyone to witness this moron in the fetal position, I knocked him unconscious the last time I saw him. After waking him up, Remy Ma took him home for 4 days. My kid was excited to make up another narrative about it, you see. I give my head a selfish shake. After I shook his hand, he slept with my wife, so I didn't knock him out. Claims that they abandoned their child on Christmas Day were denied by Remy. Claiming that you simply act like everything is oak in the background, regardless of what I do with my child on any significant day. You have a serious gambling addiction, yet I tried to force you to give me money so that our divorce would go smoothly. You said that this was your only choice, but I've been pleading with you to leave for years, and a divorce isn't as discreet, the speaker remarked. You employ the same concepts that I did when I was younger, and I'm not into social media. In addition, he said he was purposefully delaying their divorce by refusing to sign the divorce formalities. The public outcry has caused me to get completely enmeshed in the caricature of the gangster lady. We can all agree that in a few years, the marriage will end. They were portrayed as evidence of unending love, but Remy and Papoose's public connection highlighted the frequency of partnerships in the hip-hop business and revealed deeper problems. Infidelity has been reported between Jay-Z and Beyoncé, Offset and Cardi B, and other people. Power battles, celebrity, and the demands of extensive public attention put even the strongest unions to the test. The separation of Remy and Papoose is particularly traumatic since they were viewed as an exception. Papoose was depicted as the devoted spouse, and Remy as the reliable buddy who would never turn on him. Although his reputation as the perfect spouse has been damaged, Papoose could keep concentrating on his work, and Remy might advance in her business and musical endeavors, but never really get over the tragedy. Papoose claims that Remy took their child away on Christmas so she could hang out with her new partner. Reportedly, he says that Remy doesn't spend as much time with their child as she tweets about. Despite claims that her new partner has been unfaithful, he has reportedly been spreading rumors that she is prioritizing her current relationship over their kid. He even appears to be trying to update there. Do you agree with Papoose's charges against Remy in light of the difficulties arising from the divorce? Because he believes she will be happier with him than with Remy. He wants to be the only parent of their kid. That being said, do you think she is a horrible mother? He is simply abusing their child. In the next video, share your comments with her.